Hey everyone, welcome to the Andy Kang Show. I'm your host, Andy Kang. Today we're diving into this super cool energy giant, Chevron Corporation. Picture this, a company that started in the wild oil rush of the 19th century and grew into one of the world's top oil players. We'll cover its origins, how it evolved, and the ways it rakes in the cash, its massive footprint in Venezuela and around the globe. Plus, we'll tie it all into the current chaos in Venezuela, the global oil scene, and the latest drama in Iran. This video is all about unpacking the wild world of oil. Think of it as an energy adventure flick. If you're into this, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell. Let's jump right in. First off, let's rewind to the Chevron's origin story. It's like a Wild West tale on steroid. Back in 1879, a bunch of adventurers and businessmen teamed up to form the Pacific Coast Oil Company, riding the California oil boom. They were all about digging up and refining oil to feed the West Coast growing thirst. In 1900, it got snapped up by the legendary Standard Oil Company, becoming its California arm. Then, in 1911, the U.S. Supreme Court busted up Standard Oil, and Chevron's predecessor went solo, charging ahead in the oil game. Fast forward to 1984, they merged with Gulf Oil in the blockbuster deal worth $13.3 billion, the biggest corporation merger ever at the time. That doubled their oil and gas reserves overnight, and they rebranded as Chevron Corporation. From there, through smart acquisitions and tech breakthroughs, they were ballooned into the world's second largest oil company. Pretty epic, right? Chevron's growing journey is basically the evolution of oil on steroid. In the early 20th century, they struck gold in the Middle East and went big on international projects after World War II, like the North Sea and West Africa field. From the 18th to the 2000s, they gobbled up Texaco in 2001 and Unico in 2005, beefing up everything from exploration to sales. These days, they are all about sustainability and cutting-edge tech, using AI and advanced drilling to boost efficiency, plus investing in carbon capture and storage, or CCUS, hydrogen and biofuels to ride the low-carbon wave. By 2026, their goal is pumping over 3 million barrels of oil equivalent per day, especially crushing it in the U.S. Permian Basin. They're not just drilling oil, they're playing the future energy game like pros. So how does Chevron make its money? Their setup is straightforward but genius. It's a fully integrated energy machine. From upstream exploring and producing oil gas, that's their cash cow, over 70% of revenue, to midstream pipelines and storage, and downstream refining chemicals and retail like Chevron and Texaco gas stations, selling fuel, lubes, and additives. In 2025, they pulled in over $200 billion, riding oil price swings and operational smarts. Bottom line, they extract cheap oil, turn it into high-value stuff, sell it worldwide, and use mergers to keep costs low. It's like being the ultimate buy low, sell high boss in the oil world. Chevron's global footprint is insane. They are in over 180 countries. In the US, they are dominating the Gulf of Mexico and the Permian Basin with massive drilling ops. In Africa, think huge platforms off Angola. In Asia Pacific, a killer natural gas projects in Australia. They are big on sustainability too, pouring cash into communities and low carbon tech to cut emissions, positioning themselves as green heroes in the energy shift. That keeps them ahead in the transition game. Special shout out to Chevron's exclusive gig in Venezuela. They're the only major U.S. oil company still operating there, partnering with state-owned PDVSA on 5 onshore and offshore projects spanning about 74,000 acres. They're cranking out around 240,000 barrels a day, which is like 25% of Venezuela's total output. Since 2006, they're investing $100 million in local initiatives. Despite U.S. sanctions, they've got special licenses to keep going. And as of January 2026, they're eyeing even looser ones to ramp up production and exports. Why? Venezuela's got killer heavy oil reserves, and Chevron's Gulf Coast refineries are built to handle it perfectly, totally match made in oil heaven. Now Venezuela's current mess is straight out of a thriller series. In January 2026, the US arrested President Maduro, took over oil ops, blocked exports, and seized some tankers. Venezuela's oil industry has been a disaster for years. Bad management, underinvestment, and sanctions have tanked production from 3.5 million barrels a day in 1997 to just 840,000 in 2025, barely 1% of global supply. The Trump admin is pushing U.S. companies to rebuild, but it will take hundreds of billions and years to hit 2.5 to 3 million barrels again. Chevron, as the insider, stands to win big, expanding joint ventures and shipping more to their U.S. refineries. This could steady global prices, but short term is all wait and see. Over in Iran, total drama fest. January 2026 saw massive protests erupt, with the government cracking down and killing thousands, sparking global outrage. Trump threatened military strikes but backed off, saying the killings are stopping, and slapping 25% tariffs on countries trading with Iran instead. Iran's top 10 oil producers at 3.2 million barrels daily, with the world's third largest reserves, mostly exporting to China despite sanctions. The unrest shoot prices. Brent crude dipped to $63 a barrel as folks worry about the Strait of Hormuz. That's 20% of global oil traffic getting blocked. If it escalates, prices could skyrocket. For now, markets have chilled and are watching U.S.-Iran moves. Iran and Venezuela's turmoil, proof and geopolitics is the ultimate boss in oil. Wrapping up, Chevron's story from humble beginning to global powerhouse shows the crazy resilience of the oil business. Their role in spots like Venezuela isn't just about drilling, it's navigating political minefields. The situation in Iran and Venezuela highlight how wild the oil world is, but they also create opportunities for giants like Chevron. Looking ahead, they'll keep blending old school oil with green innovations. If you've got more oil gossip or questions, drop them in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you next time.